Alright, this lab here, this is going to be the peer-to-peer and client-server network lab from Chapter 1. Goal here, build a peer-to-peer network, establish our connectivity, and then build a client-server network and establish connectivity. So in this exercise, you're going to use Packet Tracer to construct two different topologies in the same workspace. So for each topology, once you've constructed and addressed it, you will then demonstrate connectivity with the ping utility, which will be part of the ICMP protocol suite. So first thing we got to do is open up Packet Tracer. So hopefully you've already installed Packet Tracer and registered and gotten yourself a username and password. You're going to put your information in, and then open up Packet Tracer itself. I'm just trying to go through all the steps with you here so you can all see it. Now Packet Tracer is open up on our computer. As you can see over here, we've got our different networking devices, end devices, different components. The lightning bolt is our connections, miscellaneous things, and then multi-user connections and so on. So right now I got network devices selected. I'm going to put my mouse over the switches. I'm going to choose the switch, and it says I'm supposed to drag a 2960 switch into my workspace, which is what I did right there. Okay. Again, I want to go over to device. I want to go to my end devices, and I'm going to put in my PCs. Right? Just drag your first generic PC into everything there. Is PC 0, PC 1, PC 2, and PC 3. Next step, okay, we want to go ahead and we're gonna put our mouse over top of the icons in the bottom left corner again. We're going to select our connections. And then what we want to do now, okay, is we're going to select our straight through copper cable, which is the one that's just a solid black line here. Select PC 0. You're going to plug it into the fast Ethernet connection, and then you're going to select fast Ethernet 1 here. We're going to repeat this process to create all the cable connections to all of our PCs are then connected. So you'll use fast Ethernet 2. That. We'll do 3. And now 4. So all of our PCs are now connected. Next thing we want to do is we want to assign IP addresses. In order for devices to be able to communicate with each other, they all have to be on the same network, which means all their IP addressing has to be the same. So we're going to select PC 0. We're going to go to the desktop tab, and we're going to configure the parameters for PC 0. So you go to IP configuration. We're going to make sure it's static, or we're going to say this is going to be 192.1. Oh, that numlock needs to be on there. 192.168.1.2 as it shows in your lab configuration. We're going to put our subnet mask. The default subnet mask here is 255.255.255.0. We're going to make the gateway 192.168.1.1. And we're going to put nothing in for our DNS server. Okay? Go ahead and close out of that. And that one is already done. Now we're going to go to PC 1, do the same thing, but instead of using the same config, we're going to go 192.168.1.3. 192.168.1.1. Go ahead and close out of that one. Go to PC 2, desktop, IP configuration, 192.168.1.4. And the last one is PC3, which will be 192.168.1.5. So now, with that all being done, all these PCs now, all have, as you can see, an IP address. Okay. Now to test connectivity, let's go ahead and on PC3, we're going to open up the command prompt. And we're going to ping (192.168.1.2), which should be PC0. And as you can see, we are now successfully communicating to PC0. Now I want you to go ahead and repeat the process for all those. So for example, I should be able to ping PC1 right now, which should be .3, and I can. And I should be able to ping PC2, which is .4. So now I know that I have connectivity between all of those. All right. Now that we've shown that we have that, we want to save our packet tracer. We do File, Save As, and we're going to save it to the title of the assignment, which is Peer-to-Peer. CNT 120 peer-to-peer. That'll go into my saves file. If you don't want to put it there and you want to put it, say, in your documents folder, I'm going to create a new folder called CNT 120 labs, and I'm going to save it right in there. All right. The next thing we want to do is create the network shown on the lab for a client server. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to my end users here. Okay. First off, find the server icon in the end users and put that baby right there. Okay. Then I need to get another switch. So back to my network devices, switches, put that right there. Then I need to get two PCs, okay, for my end user devices. One there, one there. Right? I want to connect everybody up, so go back to my connections. I'm going to plug this guy into Fast Ethernet 0, plug him into 1. Get another cable, plug him into Fast Ethernet 2, get another cable, plug him into Fast Ethernet 3. And so now all my PCs are connected. Now I want to configure the DHCP server. So this guy here on this one, you statically put the addresses in. On this one, the server is going to go and dole all of that information out. So the services we're going to do, okay, are going to be here. So it's just called server pool. And we're going to say that the first thing they want us to do is go to the desktop tab and go to the put in 192.168.1.2 because servers are always going to be static and the gateway is 192.168.1.1. That would be how we get out to the World Wide Web. Next on the servers, I want to go to my services tab. And I'm going to go to DHCP. I'm already there. All right. Want to make sure that the service has been turned on. And I'm going to start it with the DHCP gateway is 192.168.1.1. That means anybody who plugs into that switch will receive that as their gateway. The starting IP address here is going to be 192.168. I'm hitting my tab to go through these. And then it's going to be 1 and then 5. That's where we're going to start. The subnet mask is 255.255.0. And we're going to have a maximum number of users on this network of 5. So once we hit 5, no more people can get in. I'm going to save that, and you'll see the information is now populated down in here. Now I want to go to my PCs. I go to my desktop, my IP configuration. I'm going to tell these, don't be static. Get your IP address from this guy right here, which is DHCP server. And you'll see I got the first one in our pool, which was 5. I got a 255.255.0 to 192.168.1.1. Next, I want to do the same thing for PC5. He should get 6. And he did. Then I want to open up a command prompt on one of these. And I want, this guy is 5. Okay, how can I tell? I can do an IP config. You'll see my address is 5. Then I want to ping 192.168.1.6, which is the other guy. And you can see I can ping that. That's a client-server network. I can also ping the DHCP server as well. So you want to be able to repeat that process between both PCs, make sure everything is functional and that everything is working. We want to go ahead and do a file save as, and this one here is not going to be peer-to-peer. This one is going to be my CNT client server. And I can call it 120 if I want to, I guess. I must have hit something because it's no longer, now it's on my desktop, so I'm going to go make sure I'm putting it in the right spot so I don't lose it. CNT 120 Labs, CNT client server. I'm going to hit save, and then I'm going to drop both of those into my D2L Dropbox, and this lab will be 100% complete.